What's going on? It is your boy Chris. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, thank you for joining us. If you are old, thank you for coming back. Like always, don't forget to hit that like button so that way we can get the page on the algorithm, keep growing the page. You guys have been so amazing the last 2-3 weeks, well, the last 4 years, but in general the last 2 or 3 weeks you guys have been so amazing on helping me grow this channel by hitting that like button, turning on your notifications, subscribing, commenting, all of that good stuff. So I appreciate you guys so much. I'm so happy that you guys are enjoying the content. The feedback, the energy that it's been giving me has been keeping me going, especially during all this stuff that's been going on right now with the world. So I appreciate you guys a lot. I'm coming to you today to give you the 3 most important tools that I think anyone can apply in Forex trading to become successful in Forex, and not only in Forex, in life in general, with building a business or anything else, becoming an athlete, anything like that. So sit tight, grab your notepad, grab a cup of water. I got my water this time because I always talk too much, and I will see you soon. So number 1 on the list is knowledge. Why is knowledge an important tool in life, in trading, in anything? I think it's hard to say which out of the 3 is the most important, but knowledge, acquiring knowledge is very important, and doing it in the proper forms and from the proper sources is very important, because there's so much nonsense out there in the world about everything that it's very easy to get distracted and get confused and jump from one thing to another. Like an example in trading is jumping from one strategy to another. Stick with one, master it, fine-tune it for yourself, and figure out how to apply it to the way that you need to trade mentally, realistically, because trading is, the strategies, all that is like good, but if you're not aware and enlightened to a certain level, you're only gonna achieve as much success as to the level that you were enlightened to. So I get, like, the number 1 question I get is, what would you tell your younger self? And I would tell my younger self to take those few $1,000s that I had. Well, first of all, I did buy a course. I never studied it because it was just not what it was made out to be. So maybe instead of jumping into a course and I pretty much threw away $7,000 on a penny stock course. That was just not what it was promoted to be, but I bit the bullet. I took the L. I was very upset about it, but that's what ended up motivating me to say, you know what, one day, like, this is bullshit. I need to teach people how to do this properly, because, like, and not for that amount of money, because that's crazy. Like, for just a course that has no interaction, not even like live sessions or interaction with people, it was just a crazy amount of money. But I was super eager. I was very naive and very young at the time, and I didn't do my research. I just went with the hype of what was hype at the time and went into it. So I didn't have the knowledge I didn't have the knowledge to make a better decision, but I also, at that time, trading wasn't what it really is today, where you have demo accounts. Like, demo accounts didn't exist when I was learning how to trade. I've never taken a trade on a demo account, even when it was to test something or try something. I've never even taken a trade on a demo account. So those didn't even exist when I was learning how to trade. I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn by losing money. Maybe they existed in Forex at the time, I'm not really sure, but I didn't learn in Forex. I didn't learn how to trade in Forex, so to me it didn't apply to my career. But the number 1 thing that the first out of the 3 tools is just acquiring the knowledge, doing it the right way. Educate yourself, do your homework on people that have done something in the industry. Find someone that is on, like, the same mindset as to where you want to be in life. Someone that is driven, someone that is interactive, someone that is putting out effort into building other people, because the ones who, and this ties in now to the second one, which is experience, knowledge is going to get you far. Like, you can, even with my course, I tell people all the time, like, you know, you're gonna learn a lot from the course, but the second tool that teaches people just as much as knowledge is experience. You can go and study a course 10,000 times, But if you're not applying it and you're not like the one thing that I would recommend is with any course that you do, whether it's a free online one or anybody else's or whatever the case is, apply it as you're studying it and as you're learning it, so that way your brain's like, okay, you know what, oh, this says that, like, let me go and apply it. Even if it doesn't make sense at the time, still do your best to apply it, because you're training your brain how to do those things, right? It's the same as like when you were a kid, like learning how to ride a bike or learning how to tie your shoes or anything else. Like, you didn't sit there like, okay, say like kids now, they go and watch a video on how to ride a bike. They're not gonna sit there for 20 hours and watch how to ride a bike and then become an expert at riding a bike. That's gonna help them get better at riding the bike, but that isn't, or watching their parents ride the bike, that's gonna help them learn how to ride a bike better and techniques on how to ride a bike, but they're still gonna get on the bike and fall, right? So experience is a very detrimental and very important thing for someone's career in any industry, in any area of life, because you can only learn so much from people, right? You have to go out there and actually experience it. And like with trading, demo accounts are great. I don't really believe in them. I always think that, like, you know what, like even if you take $100 and just trade the smallest trade size that you possibly can with that $100, just to get the mental experience of actually losing real money and actually making real money, right? Because like the only difference between a demo account and a real account is the emotions, which is one of the most important parts, like the mental aspect of trading, and one of them's fake and one of them's real money. Those are the only things. Everything else is the same, like the market conditions everything's the exact same. It's literally the exact same chart as a live account. You're just trading paper money, right? Some people can transition very well from a demo account to a live account. Some people can't. Some people do really well with a demo account, but when it comes time to investing real money, they now tie emotions to money, because people are emotionally attached to money. Majority of people have not destroyed their ego or even attempted to crush their ego, so they have attachments to money, they have attachments to materialistic stuff. So until you get past that stage in life, or until you start to work on that area of life, it's very hard to detach from money. Experiences, I've learned, well, I've learned everything through losing money, right? But like my biggest lessons were obviously from like my biggest losses in life, right? Like losing $27 million in a day. That was a huge, I'll literally never forget. I went and the second it happened, I closed my computer, I went, sat down, closed my screen, and just sat there crying for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, probably like 4 or 5 hours. I think that's the longest I've ever cried for. And the worst thing that I did was I got right back into the market, instead of being, which now this ties into the third tool, which is self-awareness. Instead of being self-aware enough to know that I need to take a step away, I need to realign myself, recenter myself, get back to where I was mentally before that trade, because it doesn't really matter who you are. I think something like that would affect anybody, no matter where you really are financially, to a certain extent. Obviously, like some people more than others, but it was a very hard pill to swallow at the time. I got over it. Like I wasn't like, I was upset about it, and I was more upset at myself for the mistakes that I had made, but I didn't dwell on it. I didn't sit there and, oh my god, I could have done this or I could have done that. I just like I sat down and I figured out a game plan on how to get shit together again. I started executing. If I went back, I wouldn't really change anything, but maybe it would have been better for me to be self-aware enough to know that I need to step away from the market and just take time to get back in touch with my inner self, because that also happened at the time, because I had lost touch with myself and I wasn't as self-aware as I was previously to that, with just things that were going on in life. So with that being said, like those are definitely the three most important tools: knowledge, experience, and self-awareness. You have to be self-aware enough to know, like, some mornings you're gonna wake up and just be like, you know what, like my brain feels foggy, like I'm gonna go for a run, or I'm gonna have a coffee, or I'm gonna meditate or read, and then I'll trade in the afternoon, or I'm gonna take the day off today because I'm just not feeling well. I'll look at the charts, but I'm just, my mental energy is just not there today, so I'm just gonna stare at the charts and study and do analysis and see where it goes, see if your prediction's right, but not actually trade the market. Stay away from the market completely. Like, don't even look at your computer, don't open a chart on your phone, nothing. You have to be self-aware enough to know how you're feeling in that certain moment and how you're feeling that day when you wake up, whether it's the nighttime, whatever it is. Knowledge is definitely key. If you can get knowledge and education from someone who's been through it, getting knowledge won't make you rich overnight, and it won't save you through all the hard times, but it'll definitely make your path easier, whether it's you're in your sports or you're learning how to build a business or anything like that. Mentors are super important, because realistically they're teaching you from experience, right? They're teaching you from the hard times that they've gone through and the things not to do based on what they've gone through and what's caused them hard times in their life, right? With whatever the industry is or whatever it is that you're studying. So knowledge is very important. Acquiring the right knowledge is very important. It's definitely, with some things, a big investment at the start, but you have to look at it like long term. Like, okay, you know what, like I keep losing money, for instance with trading, like I keep losing money, but in the next month and a half, if I keep going the way I am, I'm going to lose this much money, and it's probably going to end up being more than what it would be for education. And you know what, it's going to take a lot longer to learn from the market than it will from someone who's already learned from the market and experienced everything that you're about to experience by taking the hard way, right? So knowledge is very important. Learning it from the right person is very important. Experience is very important. Don't expect to acquire all the knowledge and then be a superstar right off the bat. You're going to go through hard times, you're going to experience hard times, but never let those hard times define you. Never let those hard times stop you, because realistically the ones who become successful in whatever it is that they're doing are the ones that push through the hard times, no matter how hard they are, how many times they go through hard times. The wealthiest people in the world still face struggles and still face hard times on different levels and in different areas of life and different things that some people won't experience. But nobody doesn't go through hard times. Nobody doesn't struggle with things, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, financially, mentally, whatever it is. People are always struggling on some sort of level and experiencing new things on some sort of level. So experience is very important, and self-awareness. You have to do the inner work to be able to have the outer world work the way you want it to. It's very important. That's why I always preach meditation and reading books and just learn about yourself. Spend time by yourself. Spend time in solitude. If you're one of those people that need to always be around people, it's going to be difficult, but spend time by yourself. Learn to love yourself. Learn to love every part of yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly. You have to know yourself inside out, like you know your cell phone, or like you know a video game, or like you know how to tie your shoe. Because once you know yourself to that level and you love every aspect of yourself, you'll be around people and you'll be like, ah, no, fuck this person, like this person's messing up my energy right now, I'm gonna head out. Or like, you know what, like something doesn't feel right, I'm not gonna go there, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. So you start building, the more self-aware you become, the more intuitive you become, and that whole realm of intuition and blah blah. I think everyone knows where I'm going with that. If you don't, I can expand on it in another vlog. But that whole realm opens up and comes together, and you start to be able to manipulate your outside world. You start to be able to manifest things and control your energy, and just you have a different level of control over your life when you become self-aware. And also becoming self-aware comes with experiences from life, hard times that you go through in different areas of life. Never mind trading anymore, just different areas of life. Experience comes, or self-awareness comes from those experiences, right? You build self-awareness from those experiences. Same thing with knowledge. So if I can give you the 3 most important tools to become successful in trading and to become successful in any area of life, is acquiring knowledge and doing it in the right way, learning from experiences, journal everything. Get a journal, write down in the morning how you feel and what your goal is for the day. Write down at night how your day went, what your goal is for the next day or for the next week, whatever it is. Journal your day, journal your feelings, journal your experiences. If you're a trader, journal your trades, your wins, your losses. Write down every detail about it, why you took the trade, the time you took the trade, the time your trade closed, whether it was profit or loss. Because if you journal both your profit and losses, you'll be able to figure out and you'll see a pattern through the profits and through the losses, right? And then you can minimize the actions that you're doing that are causing losses, and you can maximize and grow on those actions that are causing profits and allowing you to make money, right? So journaling is very important, meditating is very important. Just acquire as much knowledge as you can by any means necessary. Thrive through the experiences that you go through, whether they're good or bad. Always learn from them. Journal everything and just become as self-aware as you can about yourself, because the more self-aware you become, and I think that's an everlasting journey. Like, that's gonna continue for the rest of your life, and or ever evolving, sorry, that's a better term. It's an ever evolving journey, and the further you get in life, and the more as time passes, you're going to become more and more self-aware about yourself and your surroundings and things that you like, don't like, blah 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 blah. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope it brought some sort of guidance to you in some area of life, or in some way, shape, or form, not only with trading. If you liked it, like I always say, please hit that like button so that way it gets on the algorithm. Leave a comment about anything else that you want to see in future vlogs. I love you guys. I appreciate your support and your energy in the last few vlogs, and the comments, the likes, and everything like that. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on the notifications so you get notified whenever I post a vlog or I go live. And also hit me up on Instagram. You know, throw your boy a follow. Turn on your post notifications on there, because I'm gonna start doing giveaways on Instagram, and I'm always posting good stuff on Instagram too. I feel like I post good content on my stories. So keep up to date. I will see you guys soon. Enjoy your weekend. Like always, take care, brush your teeth, comb your hair. Ciao, ciao.